Hello, parents, educators, and nerdy D&D fans. You have found our new home for Area of Effect, a talk show where we discuss how tabletop role-playing games benefit the whole family. We're currently in process of shifting all our old but golden episodes over to this new channel by posting a new episode every weekday until we catch back up to our new episodes. We would love your help getting this new channel up and running with a follow, share, or review. And thanks for joining us on our quest to bring more adventurers to the table.
This episode is brought to you by Perfect Bistro Cat Food. Cats, this ad is for you. Has your human ever called you picky, persnickety, choosy? If so, Perfect Bistro Cat Food is for you. With ingredients like wild-caught tuna and pasture-raised lamb, tantalizing textures, and delectable flavors that meet even the most discerning cat standards. You're not picky, you're just perfectionists. Perfect Bistro, mealtime perfection for every cat. Have your human visit perfectbistro.com.
Visible puts unlimited 5G data and hotspot in the palm of your hand. Powered by Verizon's 5G network, with no contract holding you back. And for a limited time, you can get Visible for just $19 a month for 12 months when you use promo code SAVE6. All the features of big wireless service for half the cost. Tap the banner to switch today. Terms apply. Standard rate applies at month 13. See visible.com for plan features and network management details.
Kids Table Podcast.
In addition to doing Area of Effect, our podcast helping families learn the hows and whys of playing TTRPGs with kids, we also produce our own actual play D&D show for kids and families called The Kids Table. In our Season 2 finale arc that just aired, we invited back to the table a player who'd been missing for the entire season. This is what that moment sounded like. And then you hear a voice. Would you like to come in?
Well, hey, y'all. It took me a second to be like, wait, that's Alice. Surprise! Hi. Hi, Chloe.
Did you just get here?
No, she's been hiding upstairs for about an hour.
Hey, Beck. Hey. Where can I squeeze in?
Having Allison back at the table was awesome, and a perfect way to close out the second season of our growing campaign. Filming the Kids Table is one of the joys of our lives, and we want you to know that you can bring that joy home too. Today on the podcast, Allison and I talk about what it takes to put on the Kids Table and what we're hoping you can take from it into your homes, along with an interview with the cast of Season 2 of the Kids Table.
Welcome to Area of Effect, a podcast by the Kids Table, where we discuss how tabletop RPGs benefit kids and answer your questions about playing TTRPGs with the kids at your own table.
So Ryan, we have finished Season 2 of the Kids Table. Woohoo! I feel that it's a big accomplishment and it is worthy of celebrating. How do you feel?
I'm super excited. We did not think we were ever going to do a Season 2. I mean, we recorded Season 1 back in 2022. I don't remember.
2022, I believe.
Yeah,
but we didn't edit and post the videos until December of 2023.
Yeah. And we didn't know that a Season 2 was ever going to be in the cards. And I am stoked that we were able to pull it off. And I'm so stoked that you were able to fly back for the finale arc. That was such a cool moment.
It was the most fun. I wish I could fly back for every recording session.
Me too. for
if anybody out there is a pilot, has unlimited Southwest miles, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for those of you who don't know,
man.
when we recorded Season 1, Allison was living out here in California with the rest of the cast. And then between Season 1 and Season 2, Allison moved out to Florida, which is awesome. She gets to go to Disney all the time. But it does make recording together a little bit more difficult. But we planned this finale arc for Season 2 specifically so that we could fly Allison out and surprise the cast. And oh, were they surprised.
It was so fun to surprise them.
It was so great because the reaction that you heard from Raynell, the gasp, that's exactly what I wanted. I didn't care about anything else in that finale except making them gasp like that. And it was great. It was awesome.
It was so great. And we did have to tell Beckett that I was there because we were doing some things a day or two before. But you know what? We have a video somewhere of Beckett seeing me in your kitchen.
We do. That's right. I forgot about that. We will have to find that. I will see if I can find
Let's make that available somewhere.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was so cool to be back at the table after taking so many months away. And if only Alice could have been there too. And we actually planned my visit around when Alice was going to be home from college so that she could be there at the table with us also. But she got sick that day that we were filming and we couldn't change it because I was flying back the next day. So
sad.
It was
so
such
sad.
a bummer, just such a bummer. And that's why, like, in the end of season 2, she shows up with Bernard, but it's like, she's not there to play it. Oh, that just would have been like the chef's kiss moment. And Alice, we miss you.
We do miss you, Alice. Anytime you are back from college, come play with us again.
Yeah, that was so fun to surprise him and Dylan, who used to be a student of mine way back in the when. He's like doubled in size since he was my little middle schooler. And and then just to see how big the kids have gotten, it's crazy.
Well, they were 6. They were 6 when we first recorded season 1, and they were 9 for the whole of recording season 2. I mean, that's a big jump.
They're different kids. They're even cooler than they were then.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but they're a lot more competent at D&D, and they are also a lot more squirrely at D&D, which I think that you saw while you were sitting there at the table and watched Beckett decide to just dump a bunch of water on the big bad. Had no practical effect, but, he had the best time.
He really puts you through the ringer as his dad and DM.
Hey, it's really fun to play with that kid. I love getting to see
He's
him
also
grow.
Coming for your job, Brian, so
I know. I can't wait for him to take it. We have been starting to practice just a little bit with him DMing. Apart from the backseat DMing that he does while I'm actually DMing on the show. But we haven't actually, I've been letting him tell simple stories at home, and he's starting to get into it, man. It's really fun.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That was one thing that surprised me because I typically don't see the raw footage anymore. I just see your first draft of the edits. And so being there for the filming the last arc, I didn't realize how much there is of him telling you how to DM or trying to remind you things because you had cut a lot of that out. We do keep some of it in, and we even made a reel joking about it.
Yeah. No, it's...
But I was like, oh, this is a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, he really knows the rule set, and he will make sure that you know that he knows the rule set. But I'm glad that you mentioned that, because one of the things that I wanted to talk about today is the fact that the Kids Table is an edited show, which is something that we are doing intentionally because the show is for kids and families to watch together. And it is not super interesting to watch a player dither for 3 to 6 minutes about what they're going to do on their turn. But I think it's really important to say that stuff does actually happen. Because the things that we're doing on the Kids Table, you can be doing at home. Nothing that we're doing on screen is out of the bounds of reality for a home game. It's just that ours looks a little bit more polished because we're trying to make it look a little bit more polished. But yeah, like Allison said, she got to experience the full effect of Beckett debating rules with me for minutes on end. And just because that didn't make the final cut of the episodes doesn't mean that it didn't actually happen.
But I mean, I think you do preserve the heart of it. I mean, what you're cutting out is pauses, dice, not the dice rolls, but figuring out how to add the numbers together, finding the number on the sheet, asking questions, or debating what to do. And I am the number one ditherer when I'm a player. Ryan knows because we played an 8-year campaign with him as a DM. But I'm a verbal processor, so I would go through, and the intent wasn't metagaming, but maybe it was metagaming.
No, it's fine.
Like, I could do this, or maybe I could do that. Oh, wait, but where is he again? And oh, what's the angle? Can I see him? Like, I don't know. So we do cut out some of that, but we do leave in some of it that we think is important to see because it's realistic or because it's teaching the DM how to respond to some of those hesitations or worries that the kids are vocalizing at the table.
Yeah, for sure. I remember growing up watching the Game Show Network, and I was one of those kids that would watch the show from end to end. And so I remember watching the credits, and a lot of the old game shows, like I'm talking 60s, 70s, 80s, they'll have this line at the end of their credits that says something like, portions of the show not affecting the final outcome have been edited. And
oh, funny that they had to do that
well,
back then,
and it was
now it's just assumed.
Yeah, now it's just assumed, but it was a thing back then because like there were game show scandals, right, where they would manipulate the edit to make somebody look like they had won or look like they had lost, and so they had to be transparent about that. And that's like that has been my guiding philosophy for editing the kids table down is anything that's important that happens needs to be on screen because it's a teaching moment, it's important to the narrative. It's a way of showing like the messiness of playing this game, and the things that aren't important to the outcome. Like if you really want to see them, I can show you the full raw footage. But part of what we're trying to do is make this fun and accessible for kids and families to watch, so that you take it home and you can do it yourselves. That is ultimately what we're trying to do with the kids table, is bring more kids to the table.
Yeah, and so I think it's important to acknowledge that there is stuff cut out, because I feel like maybe the way that we've edited it so it's watchable, so that it keeps kids' attention span, right, might make the adults feel like, man, why are my games like so drawn out, and why are we having so many pauses to like figure out what to do next and stuff like that. I mean, we're doing that too. So how much would you say, like what percentage would you say you usually cut from a given episode?
Yeah, I think it's a good question, and I think it varies from episode to episode. So we usually film an entire arc of episodes in one sitting. So typically we'll film for around 2 hours, sometimes taking breaks. And then those 2 hours of footage get broken up into anywhere from 2 to 5 episodes. And, the more episodes we get out of an arc, the less we have had to cut out of that arc. So there was an arc, I think, at the beginning of the season. I think it was the second arc. I think we only ended up getting 2 episodes out of that. And most of that was because the kids were still trying to figure out the new things that their characters could do after they leveled up. And there was also trying to figure out how to get into Trivestia. They probably spent, I don't know, half an hour arguing about how to get into the city when eventually they just walked through the front door. So, I tend to cut some of that stuff out too, because
That's funny.
watching Beckett and Chloe and Dylan argue about things that eventually they're going to do anyway, But I also want to say, like, those moments are really important for kid development too. Just because they're not like watchable on screen doesn't mean that they are not intrinsic to what is happening at the table. At no point do I want to make the kids table a production where like the kids at the table feel like they have to perform at a certain level in order to stay there. Like we're still just playing a game, right? We're still just trying to have fun, and in the process of having fun, also making this cool show that we hope that other people think is fun too. But those quiet moments where I'm letting a player, have up to 5 minutes to figure out what they're doing with their character sheet, those are important for their development. Those are important for them to feel safe at the table. Those moments are intrinsically a part of the game, even if they're not a part of the show. So if you're looking at some of the things that we're doing at the kids table and you're thinking, man, they're so much faster, the pace is so much higher, they're able to get these moments out, like you can do these things too. Just because it takes a little bit slower in real time doesn't mean that those slower moments aren't some of the most important things that happen at the table.
Oh, yeah, because that's when a lot of the development happens, because they're learning critical thinking, creative problem solving skills. They're learning to like advocate for what they want to do, to negotiate with other players, take other players' ideas, learn to cooperate. Like they're learning so much in those planning stages. It's just not very watchable.
Yeah, which is fine, and that's okay. Like we're trying to do multiple different things with the kids table, and just because some of those things aren't always seen on screen doesn't mean that they're at cross purposes with each other.
Yeah. But I will point out that even while it's an edited show, we do take steps to try to make sure that it still feels realistic and within reach for the average family. We have intentionally not kind of leveled up the accessories that we use, like especially like maps and minis, and like we could get into crazy like Dwarven Forge builds or 3D printing custom whatever, and we've intentionally not done that. I mean, in the beginning of season 1 we were using one map book and chess pieces to represent all the characters, and in season 2, we moved up to the 1985 games maps because they're an awesome partner. And then we also had an awesome friend design the minis for the PCs. And so we were like, these are too cool not to use, right? So we got to use that. But we have tried to keep it there because we really don't want families to feel like, oh my gosh, I have to invest thousands of dollars in all these materials and then I have to figure out where to store it or whatever just to play this simple game with my family. And we want to make it obvious that, like, no, you can do this at home.
Yeah, absolutely. You already have the tools that you need at home. If you don't have minis, you've got game pieces of some kind. If you don't have maps, you can print out maps. You can draw maps. If you don't have
use a chessboard.
Use a chessboard. If you don't have dice, you have a dice app on your phone. If you Google D20, it will let you roll D20s in Google on your phone. Yeah, like you don't need any of these fancy accessories. Some of these fancy accessories are really fun to have. Like the fact that Shop of Many Things gave us the codex that we got to use this during season 2 was really fun. And was a really cool mystery for the kids to have sort of over the arc of the season. And you can recreate things like that with your house too. You don't need like a codex, but there are other puzzles that you can be making that your kids will think is fun. You have the tools at home to do this already. All of the things that we have, they just sort of augment what the show looks like. And we're really grateful to our partners, and some of these things are really cool that we get to display, and definitely go check them out for yourselves. And they're not necessary to the game, right? They are cool add-ons to what is already a cool thing that is happening.
Yeah, I think that we have said yes to partner offers that we feel like could be realistic for some families, especially if they're like gonna be doing a campaign and like really getting into it. And we have said no to offers that we feel like are unrealistic for most families several times. So yeah, I mean, we think part of the original reason we made the kids table was because we wanted families to see themselves represented on the screen. We wanted to see kids see themselves represented playing the game, so that they weren't comparing themselves to professional actors and celebrities that are like in the big shows and feeling like they have to be performing at that level to play this game, but they can see like, oh, that's a kid like me. That's a kid about my age. Yeah. And that's a dad, and that's a mom, and just a regular person, and we can do that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the bigger shows. I watch them too. They're really fun to watch. And kid representation matters. Like, it matters that kids see people that look like them, who are their size, who are their ability level, doing the things that they think are fun. It's not that you can't ever have kids watch adults do things. It's just that kid representation matters. And we want to be a space where kids can see themselves doing cool things as kids, right?
And that's part of the way that we try to flatten any entry-level hurdles that there might be that are keeping families from playing together.
For sure.
Yeah, one of them is holding themselves to too high a standard, flatten that. Another one is feeling like the game is too complicated. So that's why we've started writing kind of beginner level adventures to make it easy to learn as you play and kind of add on more mechanics as you go. So we flatten that curve. Feeling like you have to spend too much money to get started, we're showing how you can do it just with stuff you have around the house, flatten that curve. So yeah, anything that's holding you back, I think that there is a way to have a solution and move forward.
Because your kids will love it. My kids have not played this for very long, and they love it. And I have seen Beckett grow, and at home I have seen my younger son Oren grow, and they're learning empathy, they're learning collaboration, they're learning kindness and mercy and justice. And I consider it an enormous privilege that we get to share that on screen with other families. And it's something that you can do too, and it's something that you should do too. So I think that we just sort of want to encourage, if you are listening to this podcast and you are thinking, this is fun to listen to, this is fun to watch, and it's just too high of a curve for me to do at home, you can do this. I promise that you can do this. We will walk beside you. We are available on social media and by email and on our website. Ask us questions. Like, we want to be as present as we can to getting this methodology into the hands of adults and families to bring more kids to the table.
Exactly. And not just families, but anytime you have like teachers, librarians, other significant adults in a kid's life, we want to have them be brought to the table too. If you are looking to get started, I will say this podcast is coming out a little before Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving, Christmas, different winter holidays that are coming up, you're going to be having a little more time at home with kids probably to play, or you're going to have a little bit more time traveling in the car to listen to the podcast. So I encourage you to do those things. I also did put together an Amazon list of D&D essentials, and I tried to find things that were inexpensive and kind of the bare minimum items that you want to have on the table. You can play Theater of the Mind with absolutely nothing on the table, but if you want to have something on the table, I made a couple lists, and you can find that I'll put it in the show notes, but it's bit.ly/DND gift ideas. So just click on just the D&D essentials tab, and that has like just the basic map, the basic chess pieces, basic dice, and a DM screen. And I think that's pretty much it. I did make a next level list. If you've already kind of mastered that and you're looking to level up your game, maybe with some gifts for mom or dad or for the kids for this Christmas holiday season, you could check that out too. But getting back to season 2, Ryan, what was it like to DM for these kids, and especially having them go from who they were as 6-year-olds when we filmed season 1 to who they were as 9-year-olds now filming season 2? What was that?
It was awesome.
How was it different?
Great. It was so cool. It was so cool because when we filmed the first season, Beckett was this little squeaky, like excited about everything, no idea how to do anything little kid. And Chloe hid behind Raynell half the time. And in the intervening couple of years between season 1 and season 2, they've just become cooler versions of themselves. Can I say it like that? I don't know. Like, I like
that's what I said.
Yeah, I mean, I love their 6-year-old versions, and I love their 9-year-old versions, and I love what we're doing. We've started filming season 3, and I love what they're doing in season 3 too. Like, just getting to see the progression of who they already are and how they are becoming who they already are is really cool. Like, to see Beckett become more confident in making plans, to see Chloe become more confident in battles, and in role-playing arcs. Like, she had some of the funniest lines this season when she disguised herself as the guard captain.
The buff dude.
I didn't tell them to do that. They just needed to get through a door. And she's like, well, I'm going to be the guard captain, and I'm going to tell them to go over there. I mean, it was the funniest thing. And I just have loved being able to see how they are taking the tools that they're getting in this game and using them in their lives. Like, it's just been, I cannot tell you, like, this is going to sound so cheesy, And I hate that it sounds cheesy because it is so true, but it just feels like a privilege to be able to watch that, right? Like, you don't always get glimpses into a kid's thought process. You know, if you're a teacher, so much of your time is spent on classroom management and just making sure that the kids aren't like tearing down the walls. And so much of parenting is that too. Like, how do I keep my kids occupied from the moment they get up until the moment they go to sleep so that, you know, they're safe and they're clothed and they're learning and they're doing well and they're happy and they're going to grow up to be good adults. And like, there's just all this pressure. And this time at this table with these kids and with Dylan this season, it just feels like an enormous privilege to have these quiet moments where I get to watch them work through these issues and ask these questions and be silly and be serious. And I love it. Like, it's my jam, guys. Like, if you at all like working with children, do this. And if you don't like working with children, do this, because this might be the thing that gets you to like working with children. Like, it's just such a cool experience to sit there and get to create this story with these kids. It's just a privilege.
Just taking that time when adults, like you were mentioning, how crazy it is for most families in our modern world, just day to day, getting them to school, getting them to after school programs, getting your work done, like all the hecticness of daily life. To take time to sit down and tell a story together where you're asking them, who do you want to be? What do you want to do? And it's not just the adult telling them all the time, is so special. Like, they will feel so special. They will feel so cared for. They will feel valued and empowered in a way that very few, well, some family activities will have happen, but it doesn't happen very often in day-to-day life.
If you're looking for an intentional way to be a part of your kids' lives, this is the way to do it, man. Like, this game forces you to listen and collaborate and take kids seriously. So much of our world is about either waiting for kids to become adults or pretending that kids are adults. And this is a game where they can just be kids and they can interact with adults and they can interact on an adult level, but they can do it in a kid way. And there are so few spaces in our world that take kids seriously as kids. This is one that you don't want to miss out on.
100% agree.
Well, when we come back from the break, we have got an interview with our cast members from season 2 about their experiences as a part of the season, what they're hoping for in upcoming season 3. You don't want to miss it, so stick around. Hello, friends. Thank you so much for joining us. Today, we have the cast of the second season of The Kids Table with us. Say hi, friends.
Hello.
We are so excited because the second season of The Kids Table just wrapped up on YouTube. And so we want to give you a big spoiler warning for what's ahead. If you haven't finished season 2 yet and you don't want any spoilers, go finish the season now and then come back for the cast interview, okay? So, my friends, I'm so glad that you were with me for season 2. How'd you like it?
I liked it a lot.
Yeah? Did you guys have a good time?
It was a very good season.
Awesome.
I liked it.
What is the biggest moment that you remember from season 2?
The fish.
The fish. The fish, the flawed fish?
Yeah.
Great.
The 60 goldfish.
The 60 goldfish. Why is that so memorable to you, Dylan?
Because someone still owes me the money.
Because Sophia still owes you money for it? Yeah, okay, that's true.
And also I picked the most expensive dish I could.
I love that part because it revealed something about Aragon that we didn't know yet, which was that Aragon has a ton of money for some reason, which is one of the things that we will be exploring in season 3. Where did he get all of that money?
How much stealing did he?
How much stealing did he do?
Who knows?
Who can say? Tune into season 3 to find out. What else? What else do you guys remember from season 2?
The spiders.
Oh, Why did you have to bring up the spiders?
They were disgusting.
They were disgusting.
Wait,
I
They
liked
were
the
so
flesh
bad.
pod.
The flesh pods, the
Oh,
little
no.
the little spider eggs.
I got goosebumps thinking about the noises and
I did really enjoy that part because I really don't like spiders, but making the noises for the spiders was really weirdly fun. I don't know why.
I think
It's pretty great.
I have the episode with all the nat 20s.
Yeah, I'm sure you liked that one. Yeah, yeah, because that was the one where you came back from a death saving throw
In
with
a
a nat
nat
20.
20.
Yeah, I can't believe we
We
had
both did.
2 of those this season. You had that one at the battle in the inn, and then you had the one against the automaton, which is just wild. To
And
me.
was the one without all the nat 20s the one where Sophia rolled her first nat 20?
Yes, your very first nat 20 in over 2 seasons.
I think even more than the nat 20, what is probably now memorable is being the elder at the of the group
Yeah.
and having fun interactions with the rest of our
I also like the
Or
disguise self.
Or better.
Oh, that should be.
The disguise self one. Yeah. Chloe, can you do your voice for us again?
I don't think I can.
You can't do your big, tough, buff dude voice?
I don't even remember what I said.
Oh,
I'm your
it was-
secretary.
I'm your commander.
That's right. I'm
I'm
the
your
general.
commander.
I'm the
Go
general.
fight.
I was
Yeah.
like,
Or something.
go over there.
It was so great. I loved it. That was awesome. What is something that you learned about your character that you didn't know before the season started? What is something that happened during the season that made you be like, oh, I didn't know that about my character before?
I'm not very strong.
True. Yes. Yeah. That is. You definitely learned that a couple of times.
I'm very rebellious.
Rebellious. Yeah, I'm gonna ask you this specifically in a little while, but I was surprised that you made the decision that you did in the last arc. But we'll get back to that in just a second.
Looking back, I'm like, I don't know how much I liked leaving everyone when I was kind of, when you asked the question, like the visceral reaction was like, when I had to go to the temple by myself and be separated.
But you chose
And
to
I
go.
chose that.
That was such an interesting move.
And now that, like, looking back that I chose that, then how much I didn't like.
But I thought that was such an interesting move for Sophia, because Sophia is the group mom,
Yeah.
and literally Serena's mom. And she left the 3 kids at the inn, thinking that they were safe, but to find a vital piece of information. I just thought that was such an interesting character.
Yeah, so it's interesting. I can't even remember now. I'd have to look back, but like, what in that moment made me feel like it was important to get the information to. Anyways, so that's.
I'd be curious about that too. We might explore a little bit of that in season 3. Okay, coming back to Dylan. So Aragon is this kind of nebulous figure at the beginning of the season. You had some very specific character choices that you wanted to make with Aragon. And I sort of, when we met and you talked about who you wanted Aragon to be and what you wanted to do, I sort of planned one of the big arcs of the season. There were a couple of big arcs that were happening, but there was one of them that was like, who is Aragon and what does Aragon want to do? And so, bringing the stone to the temple to turn the archways on was like the big plot device. And then for me, it was an open question whether Aragon was going to betray the team and go back to Malhouse, the leader of his tribe and like servant of the god of power, or stay with his team and like betray Malhouse instead. Like, I actually, if you look at my notes, I can show you my notes later. I have 2 for that last battle. I have 2 sets of like, this is what happens if Dylan chooses this. This is what happens if Dylan chooses that. So I'm curious, not just because like you wanted to stay a part of the game, because like if Aragon had like betrayed everybody and they had killed Aragon, like we would have just made a new character for you and figured out what to do. But like, why did you decide to stay with? Why did Aragon decide to stay with the team instead of going with Malhouse?
I chose to have the team because I still find that I need something from them, and that Malhouse can't provide.
Got it. Oh, that's so cool. Okay.
I hope you have my face of like.
That's a
I'm
secret
like,
for
what?
season 3. That's one of the things that we talked about
Wait.
for your character for season 3, which I'm not going to tell you yet. But we'll go for
Wait,
it.
say that one more time. There are still things. You chose the team because
They have something that they can provide that Malice cannot.
oh my gosh,
That's such a good answer. Oh, that's so good. Okay.
that shapes how I will think
That kind of.
for season
Don't
3.
meta play it though.
I'm
Sophie
not.
doesn't know that.
That's very interesting.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna say because like he learned kindness.
Oh, I've not learned that yet. I've not learned that yet.
I do like the yet there though. That there might still be time for Argon. Chloe, one of our listener questions is in the first season of the Kids Table, Serena didn't like to fight. And in fact, Serena liked to hide. Serena liked to make cupcakes, do anything she could but fight. But in season 2, Serena was all up in everybody's business. Like that Ray of Frost, I think you took down the God of Secrets person in the inn. And then you were instrumental in getting the automaton down. So what was it like for Serena to grow from not wanting to fight to wanting to fight?
Well, it's kind of boring hiding and making cupcakes. I'd rather be in the action than be watching it because why not have some drama?
Why not have some drama? Oh, I love that. Okay, so what do you think then Serena thinks, in the game about doing stuff like that? Is she worried that her mom is gonna disapprove, or is she rebelling against her mom? I don't care if you don't want me to fight, I'm gonna run up and fight. What do you think Serena would think?
That she'll be fine.
You think Serena's just it's gonna be fine, no worries.
The moment she was like, "Mom, guess what? What was I guess what I did?"
Oh yeah. When you come back from the temple,
yeah,
and Serena's like, oh, what was the line? It was something
I paralyzed a person.
I paralyzed 2 different people. Yeah.
And then I was like, how did that make you feel?
It was such a great mom line. Such gentle parenting from Sophia.
I've got a question.
Go for
Serena.
it, please.
What made you you used to School of Illusion, so Cupcake with a Face.
Mm-hmm.
But what made you switch to enchantment? Enchantment?
Because making illusions, it's not really fighting. You're just distracting them. You're not attacking. So it's different.
Debatable.
Okay, one more question. Beckett, Sixtails is extraordinarily lucky. You have rolled more nat 20s than anybody else in the game by far, maybe cumulatively. What do you think is it that makes Sixtails so lucky in the game? Not just you rolling the dice, but is there something that makes Sixtails particularly lucky?
So they have each other. If he has orders to stay away and he's not very emotional,
mm-hmm.
and I don't have anyone, don't have my family, don't have basically anybody. So I think that Sixtails just feels like an inner sadness and rage because he's always away from his family for 5 months.
Wow.
So
okay.
I think that he gets really sad. So that's sad and angry. So that's what makes him so lucky. And
that's interesting. Why do you think that makes him lucky?
Because
I love this is such an interesting. We have not talked about this.
I have
You live in my house. No, I love this. Keep going.
I have like memories of my family while I'm journeying. Is that a word?
Yeah, that's a word.
And I think that just kind of empowers me with.
I love that.
I mean, Beckett, you're pointing out like the very, like every great hero story, humble beginnings, and somehow it's come true.
That's such a cool. Yeah. I mean, that's such an interesting, because you can look back at some of the Nat 20s in both season 1 and season 2 that come at these really key character moments. So like, you're coming back from the death saving throw. Oregon's coming back from the death saving throw. Even Serena, the Nat 20 in the last couple of episodes, when you fire the ray of frost at Fettling's collar, at Oregon's brother's collar, that's such an interesting moment for a Nat 20 to happen, right? Because like, in the moment, that's the thing that needs to happen to turn the tide of the battle. And you didn't plan that. Like, you didn't plan, hey, I'm gonna just be awesome right now. But the dice, like, help you in that moment to be so cool. Did you also roll a Nat 20 with your disguised self? I can't remember.
I think she rolled like an 18.
Maybe it was, maybe it was just like super high.
It was something like an 18 or a 19, and I think it might have been a modified 25.
Yeah.
Or something.
Things, if you ever wanted not sixes or like not whatever, we can just weigh the die.
Yeah, I mean, I often think that Beckett does have weighted dice sometimes. He rolls so many Nat 20s, except I'm the one who brings his dice, so I'm going to switch dice this season. Okay, final question for the group. There are so many questions here from the audience. Friends who are listening to this, if you have more questions for our cast members, ask them on our Instagram channel, on our TikTok channel, The Kids Table D&D. And maybe we will do some live reels as answers at some point. But the last question for everybody, what are you hoping for season 3?
Action. Lots of action.
What kind of actions,
like
Chloe?
Battles.
So lots of battles.
Lots of battles.
Do you have any specific like type of battle that you're super excited for? Like, we've done battle with a robot. We've done
battle with a mage and a monk.
Yep, the mage and the monk one. We in season 1, we've done spiders, which is gross. Season 1, we had the battle with the dragon a couple of times. Is there anything you want to? What does Serena want to kill?
Like a bad person.
Dragon.
A bad person. Okay. Okay. Good to know. What else are you guys hoping for season 3?
We're gonna be on a boat for like half of the time, right?
We are starting season 3 on a boat. Whether or not you stay on that boat will depend on a lot of decisions that you guys make.
I'm kind of wanting like drama, boat leaks, Sahagin sneak attacks.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because like I'm a boater. I'm just kidding.
Not in real life, clearly. But yes, Six Tails is a sailor.
So like,
yes.
I'm good with boats. So like Storm, I probably know what to do.
You're hoping for a lot of boat action.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I kind of want the boat to sink, and if to make our own.
So shipwreck is what you want.
That'd be fun.
Awesome.
I also want like to find like a sea serpent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
gosh, you guys are just like giving me such great ideas right now.
I'm looking, I don't know how to say this, but being like with the new spells and leveling up, like just actually leaning into that more technical, like, like understand, feeling very more advanced, I guess, as a cleric.
With the game.
Yeah, with the game.
Because Raynell is a relative newbie to D&D, but not a newbie to fantasy roleplay settings, which I learned when I was trying to recruit Raynell for a different project and then said, and I'm also doing this D&D thing. Do you know anybody who would like it? And you said to me,
Why did you invite me and Chloe?
yes. I had no idea that was something that would even kind of appeal to you. And I'm very glad that I mentioned that offhand because I am really glad that we get to do this. Yeah. But if you have been watching The Kids Table Season 1 and Season 2, I'm a very nice DM, and I have been very generous.
Very
with
generous.
A lot of the rules and a lot of the things that the characters can do because it's a game and it's supposed to be fun.
Didn't Rosalie do like a backflip and kick off the wall?
Oh yeah. I mean, real cool, man, right? And it's a game and it's supposed to be fun. But this season, you guys are going to be a little bit more in charge of your own characters. So you have your character sheets, you will have your character sheets, you'll have your spells, and I might remind you to do things that you can do, and I might not remind you to do things that I know you can do. So you just got to be a little bit more on the ball and be a little bit more creative with those things that are on your character sheets. I'm still making the simple sheets for everybody, so that you got the at a glance stuff, but have free reign with your full character sheet. See what you can do.
It has been, so just playing with other, now having played like with another DM and playing with a different group of people, it is comforting to know how much I actually have learned.
Yes, though. You are very good at what you do. Yes.
And so, I mean, that, for anyone listening, that's a note of encouragement, is like, I didn't play as a kid, as a young person, or this has been it. I've just been playing, and so to actually feel comfortable enough, I was teaching friends, we were at a trip and teaching other people, and the terminology rolled off my tongue in a way that I was like, oh, wait a minute, I have been like actually
immersed in the system.
And learning. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you, friends, for being a part of our Season 2 cast celebration. You guys are awesome. I love getting to do this with you. Thanks for being a part of the table. There are so many people out there who appreciate what you do and are really excited to see what you guys do in Season 3.
How many subscribers do you have about?
On YouTube, it's like 1,800.
If we get to 1,900, everyone gets pie in the face.
We'll see.
That is not what I thought was going to come. I didn't know where he was going. I didn't know where you're going, Dylan.
Friends, thanks so much for being a part of this and being a part of the Kids Table. Because when kids are at the table,
everybody wins.
Thanks for listening to Area of Effect. Check out our original actual play D&D show with kids at the table on YouTube, social media, or your favorite podcast app. Be a part of the ongoing conversation by emailing your questions for a future episode to questions@kidstablednd.com. Find resources to bring the adventure to your own table, or sign up for our newsletter so you never miss a drop at www.kidstablednd.com. And join us on our quest to bring more kids to the D&D table while gaining early access to new episodes and exclusive behind-the-scenes content at patreon.com/thekidstabledd. Because when kids are at the table, everyone wins.